to the Hotel Workers Union. And we're here in support and solidarity with Occupy San Francisco and Occupies all over this country. Hotel workers across the country, including here in San Francisco, are locked in a battle with the Hyatt Corporation.
Yes,
the Hyatts are owned by the billionaire Pritzker family, who are definitely part of the 1%. And workers here in San Francisco, including at that hotel, the Hyatt Regency, have been locked in a bitter struggle for a new contract since 2009. The struggle is not about wages or benefits or pensions for the workers at this hotel. The struggle is about solidarity. They want the right to be able to picket, boycott, strike, or take economic action in the middle of their contract if a Hyatt worker anywhere in this country faces injury by this corporation. That's what this fight is about to us. It's about solidarity. That's why we're here today. We're here to stand with all of you. This fight is about solidarity. It's about standing shoulder to shoulder. And we'll be here night after night after night to stand in solidarity no matter what happens. And we're here because we're all part of the 99%. Our struggle is the same. We are the 99%, right? We are. We are. We are. Right.
Hey everybody, how you doing out here? It's cold. I'm freezing, but guess what? I'm fired up on the inside, and I'm so glad that you're all here. My name is Hege. I'm the Workers' Rights Coordinating Attorney at La Raza Centro Legal. We've been here in San Francisco for the past 40 years advocating on behalf of Latino, immigrant, workers, seniors, and we are so devoted to this movement. It is a movement that we find deep resonance with. And the reason why is, I think, best articulated in a sign that was made for an action back in October, the Foreclosed Wall Street West action. This poster has a picture of a day laborer, and it's in Spanish and it's in English, and the English translation says, we are the 99%. They blame us for the declining economy, but what about the Wall Street banks? And that's why we're here. The low-wage immigrant worker in this country is way too often scapegoated, way too often the red herring that is blamed for the declining economy, for the cuts to public services, for the budget problems at the state level, for the budget problems at the federal level. The truth is that immigrants in this country create more revenue than they use in services. They pay more in taxes than they use in services. They create a surplus for the Social Security system that basically supplements everybody else. But they're blamed for the economic problems that we're all facing in this country, for the declining standards of living that we're all facing in this country. People are super pissed in this country because their children can't expect the same quality of life that they've enjoyed for the first time in our country. And so the 1%, the corporate-owned media, the conservative Republicans say, you know what, it's the immigrants' fault. So let's pass some laws. Let's pass a legal abomination in Arizona. Let's pass another one in Alabama, and how about one in Georgia too? And we'll blame it all on the immigrants because then nobody will realize what's really happening here. Well, that's why we're a part of this movement, because as an immigrants' rights organization, we're really maxed out right now, guys. We're fighting these laws, we're fighting the Obama administration's Secure Communities program that is deporting more people in this country than ever before. And the reason why more people are being deported in this country than ever before is because private detention centers are profiting hand over fist off of their bodies. At the same time, we're seeing more wage theft than ever before in our communities because jobs are so scarce that the low-wage immigrant worker is really put in a pinch so that they're able to pay their rent and feed their family. And also, as a nonprofit organization, we're losing government funds. We're losing foundation grants because the economy in this country is in a toilet because of an unregulated financial system run amok that's created a crash in revenues. So we're losing money. 25% of nonprofits will go under this year because of a loss in government funds. But we're really excited for the movement because for the first time we think that we're able to join really with other people who are facing student loan debt that they can't pay, who are facing eviction, who are facing joblessness in this country, and we feel so deeply that all of us together, we are the 99%. So thank you.
Brothers and sisters, good evening. My name is Tim Paulson. I'm the Executive Director of the San Francisco Labor Council. We have 150 unions here in San Francisco, firefighters and janitors and hotel workers and public sector workers and construction workers and needy drivers and healthcare workers and teamsters. And I'll just go on and on. And I think you've all heard many of us here before, and we fully support the Occupy movement, not just here in San Francisco, but throughout the country. We have turned out hundreds of people today. If we were going to be able to have to defend Occupy San Francisco, we will be here with you to defend this camp anytime it's under attack. I want to be clear about it. And I also want to know that the San Francisco Labor Council's Executive Board at its last meeting passed a resolution that said that we are going to be giving thousands of dollars in material support for Occupy San Francisco. For whatever resources that Occupy and you want and need in order to sustain this camp. We're also going to be coordinating with the other unions like the Teamsters and Local 21 and other unions that have already, and I'm hearing that the teachers are throwing in money. We're going to be coordinating whatever is needed to be able to sustain Occupy San Francisco. Thank you.
Good evening, sisters and brothers. My name is Ken. I'm with the United Educators of San Francisco. We represent the 6,000 teachers and school workers that keep our schools running day in and day out. We are so thankful for what Occupy San Francisco has done. You have put the disgraceful conditions of the public schools in the United States and in San Francisco on the landscape of this nation. If we look at the wealth of these buildings down Market Street, the wealth of one of these buildings could shrink our classrooms to 15, 20 kids instead of the 30 to 40 that we have throughout San Francisco, and we've got to do that. We've got to take the wealth down from the skyscrapers and bring them down into our public schools. Today, at the end of the day, we are all here to fight for the school children in our schools. When I was young, the economy was bursting forward. Possibilities seemed endless. When I went to State University in California, I basically made money. Today, State University students can't even find enough classes to graduate in 4 years. Tuition is skyrocketing. So the kids in our public schools, the future's been taken away from them. And the reason we're here today is to win back the future for our children. Thank you for being here. The teachers are with you. Good night.
Hello everybody, my name's Kyle. I'm a full-time camper here. I just want to kind of represent the occupation and all the occupiers here. Everybody's working so hard. We're really redefining the word community and what it means. I know personally it's completely changed in 2 months from my life. I went from living, a privileged, middle-class, white male life to really sacrificing a lot. Subletting my bedroom, quitting my job, my bank account's overdrawn, I can't pay for my cell phone, but the incentive here is so great, and it's just good to see so many people here, and you're all so beautiful, and this movement's so beautiful, so we should never lose sight of how much things have changed. I know being here on the ground all the time, and in the moment, there's so many things that happen, it's so organic and chaotic, but everything's so great, so the more anyone can come around and help us out, and help balance the camp dynamic, and just push this thing farther. It's so good for all of us. So I hope to see all of you here more.
Hi, I'm Mike Terrio. I'm Secretary Treasurer of the San Francisco Building and Construction Trades Council. We are the coalition of the city's construction unions. I know some of our folks from Ironworkers Local 377 are here tonight, some of our folks from Electricians Local 6, some of our folks from Sign and Display Local 510. I want to tell you, we are the folks that built this plaza. And from our point of view, you are always welcome to speak on this plaza. You are always welcome to camp on this plaza. And you are welcome to dance on this plaza.
All right, I know it's getting late, but brothers and sisters, my name's Connie For. I am the Vice President of the Labor Council and one of the founders of Jobs with Justice, a coalition of labor and community groups who are brought together to fight the 1%. And I want to tell you about one really bad 1% family that's threatening to come to San Francisco, and we will need all of us, all of you and all of us to fight it. Sam Walton. Have you heard of Sam Walton? That's right. The Waltons and Walmart want to move into our city. Hell no! And we say hell no. And we say hell no because Walmart is the largest retail company in the world. Walmart made $19 billion last year. They're worth over $90 billion in the company, and they pay their workers shit. Okay? They not only pay their workers, low-wage workers, but they took away health benefits last month for all part-time. So they don't even get health care. This is a multi-billion-dollar, multinational corporation, and they want to come into our town. And we say, hell no! 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 All right. So we'll be back. Thank you.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. I'm with the International Longshore and Warehouse Union, Warehouse Local 6. My name is Fred, and we're standing right across from Harry Bridges Plaza. We're standing here on hallowed ground. A couple of days ago, there were thousands and tens of thousands of people out in the streets of Oakland who shut down the port of Oakland. Right? Third largest port on this coast. Out for business. And here we stand on the ground, which was the battlefield in 1934. If you go a couple of blocks over on Spear, there's a monument there. People lost their lives on Stewart Street. There were fights up and down this waterfront so that people could have dignity when they worked, and so that people could get a decent living and not have to be begging for their jobs. Local 10, Local 6 have hiring halls because of that. But let me tell you something. We're not here to rest on laurels. We're not here because of what happened. We are here because of what happened in the past, but we're not here just to revel in it. We are making history. We are taking on right now the same forces that were at play in 1934. What brought about the Industrial Revolution, the machinery may have changed, but the greed and the avarice of the ruling class is the same. And this battlefield is still here, and we are still here, and we have to make sure that we reach out so that this reaches into every corner of San Francisco. We learned from the people before us that it's going to have to take us shutting down this entire city, this entire coast, this entire country, until we get our voice, until they can't buy the policies that serve us, that serve our children, health care, education, housing. These are the fundamentals. And it's up to us to stand up until we get what the people of America need. It's no longer acceptable for this system to serve the corporations. It's time to serve the people. An injury to one is an injury to all. United we stand, divided we fall. An injury to one, united we stand, divided we fall. An injury to one, united we stand, divided we fall. All right.
And a proud member of the United Educators of San Francisco. I'm helping work in with the Labor Solidarity Working Group. So we're trying to bring together as many unionists here in San Francisco as possible to centralize the support coming from unions and continue to support Occupy SF. And the hope is that the Occupy SF movement can really vitalize the struggles that we're seeing in San Francisco right now. You know, the struggle right here across the street with the scapegoating of public employees and everything. Teachers being blamed for all the social issues in the society. So if you're a unionist or would like to work with us, please see me and I can get you on the listserv. I also have the newsletters right here, and you could learn more about what we're about.
And starting everyone from where they're at. And as we go along, we'll all be evolving, and there will always be people coming in who need to know from the very beginning what we're doing. I am on Social Security and SSI. I'm disabled. I have a mental health issue. And 2 years ago at Thanksgiving, my brother told me at the table I would never have to worry about Social Security being cut because the people of this country would not stand for it. But now today, we're facing Social Security cuts. We're facing SSI cuts. The people in the state of California are facing social service cuts. This will affect me in terms of the fact that I have care at home. My care worker will not be available to me. I am looking at the possibility of having to pay money that they're taking away from me with one hand and then demanding that I pay for medication that keeps me alive. I cannot live without my medication, and yet they're taking away the money that they're demanding that I pay to stay alive. I know that many people here have many different difficulties and hardships, and that we're all facing hardships. And if we don't do something about this, if we don't stand our ground, they'll grind us into it. Thank you. Stand tall, stand strong.
Thank you.
A little message of hope. There's no way, with the factors that are in front of us, that there's any way this is going to fail. It's going to keep attracting more people because it's affecting everybody, unless you're sitting in, I don't know, the Riviera, someplace like that, and don't have to worry about another thing for the rest of your life. So, besides that, it affects everybody. And for the things that are happening right now, if they close the tents up here at 101, it doesn't matter. It builds people for us. If they do nothing about the tents at 101, it does nothing to us but build people for us. So I just want you to know that the way I've thought about it, and a lot of things that I've seen since I've been here, and I've seen a lot, is that as this goes up, it's going to keep affecting things like that are happening right now. House of Representative Bill 2950 is enabling small businesses to go around the big banks to get their money. Citizens United is up for review. Campaign finance review is up for review. So you got all these things that more than a couple of weeks ago were not even being thought of, and today the Republicans said, okay, we'll look at a tax increase. Now that's 5 things in 2 weeks, and I can tell you this, I think it's Occupy that's done it. And we got
and a part-time worker, and I'm trying to get involved with the OWS people at San Francisco State. But my opinion is that it's more than just a great divide between the 1% and the 99%. It's really a looting operation. It's a scam. It began with the subprime mortgages, and now the government in its alliance with big corporations is doing another looting process by giving our taxpayer money to the banks and the large corporations. So we really have to confront the corporate state. This is a corporate state, and it's of, by, and for the corporations. It has nothing to do with the people, and that is what we have to confront, and we have to stand, and we have to have an agenda. We have to make demands, and we have to act. And that's very difficult, but that's where we are right now.
Chandler, and I'm from Bayview Hunters Point, and my concern right now is the loan officers in San Francisco. There's two agencies. One is called the Inheritance and one is called Advance. My mother died in 2009 of ovarian cancer on Memorial Day. I inherited a home, and because of this foreclosure issues that are going around, I lost $75,000. But what I needed to do was to continue to pay my mother's mortgage. That I did, and I had to get two loans. I thought that they were loans and found out that there was assignments here in San Francisco on Battery Street. I borrowed $8,000 from one loan agency on Battery Street, and now they're making me pay $18,000. And I have a problem with that. $18,000 they're making me pay right now. So I'm trying to get people to walk with me on Battery Street with the Inheritance Fund, because it's not fair that I borrow $8,000 and now they're trying to make me pay back $18,000. That's right. So I think that it's not fair. It's a high interest rate, and I just wanted everyone to be very careful of the assignment. It is a difference between an assignment and a loan. Thank you.
And earn my way to a job. The last place I was at, I worked 7 months for 60 hours a week, volunteering at the food bank, the Chamber of Commerce, and a community center. At the community center, we help doing outreach programs and give information on homelessness. But after 2 years of working where I used to work, I decided to quit. I was getting paid $10 an hour. I had 9 different positions. I was a Sunday manager, and I just didn't believe it was worth it anymore. I did weddings, events, renting of equipment. I did an event for a Russian ambassador, helped out with that. But I decided there's something to do here in Oakland, the Bay Area, Oakland, Berkeley, or San Francisco. On my second day here, I noticed the Occupy movement. I watched them from the other side. I protested they didn't have any bathrooms, and that was my protest, and I was going to walk away after that. And somebody came up and talked to me about it and invited me to a General Assembly. And this was October 6th or October 7th, right after the first grade. So there are a lot of people agitated and a lot of people that thought I was a cop because I came in right after a police action. But I kept my heart in it, and there's a lot of people here that have actually stayed because there are a few hardworking individuals. We do tours, we do outreach. I've been a courier. I've been involved in many of the protests, and I'm not sure if I'm willing to get arrested anymore. In the first week, I had 20 hours of sleep and I was talking crazy. But I'm still here. I'm still occupying. I'm down here 24/7. If I'm not here, maybe I'm taking a shower.
I just want to bring up something. You know, throughout California, there's places that you can pitch a tent and sleep comfortable if you're homeless. All right. I want to know why SF will not let you pitch a tent anywhere in the city unless you're doing an Occupy. Tell me that. The Bobo can't even tell me that. That's all I got.
Would like to help out and don't know how to start getting involved with Occupy San Francisco, there is now a system in place where we would love to get volunteers to help with working the welcome table, working the kitchen, and other things like that. Also, if you would like to help out, you can fill out one of these cards. You just put your name, email, phone number, if you want, on there, and we will be contacting you about the ways that you can help. We will also be informing you about all the direct actions we will be doing, like marches and things like that. So if you have have time and if you would like to help and just haven't known how to enter this Occupy San Francisco system, this is a way for you to be able to donate something that we need much more than money, which is people. Thank you.
On the turf debating how to get it percolate. You working you while we happy just to work a day. But I'ma slap into my blood start circulate. Your checks have elasticity. Did they cut off your electricity? Did you scream and yell explicitly? Force the boss into complicity. I'm a white chalk stencil, but I push a pencil. Rolling dough